Let me ask you something honest. When did you last stop and ask yourself, are the strategies I'm using to build my career actually built for the world we're living in right now? Because here's what I know. The workplace has changed more in the last 5 years than it did in the previous 20. And most of us, smart, capable, hardworking women, are still playing by the old rules. Working harder, being agreeable, waiting our turn. It is not working the way it should. And I'm done, absolutely done pretending it is. I'm here to change that. Welcome to the Infinite Shakti. This series is for every working woman who is showing up every day, giving everything and still wondering why the gap between her effort and her reward is so wide. It's for you if you've been talked over in a meeting and stayed quiet, passed over for a promotion and told yourself it wasn't your time, absorbed someone else's disrespect and called it professionalism. It's for you if you are done doing that. Here are some stats. 42% of women report feeling burnt out at work. McKinsey and LeanIn Women in the Workplace 2024. And this number has been rising year on year. Nearly half. Not because women are weaker, because the systems women operate in were not built with women in mind. This series that I've created exists to change how you navigate those systems, starting with knowledge, followed by strategy, finished with action. So, what has changed? Let's get specific about what's shifted because these changes create both threats and real opportunities. 1. Hybrid and remote work permanently restructured where and how we work. For some women, this was liberating. For others, especially those with caregiving responsibilities, it blurred every boundary that existed and added invisible labor on top of professional labor. 2. AI is reshaping entire industries. The roles that survive will require human judgment, emotional intelligence, relationship skills. Historically, women's strengths. The question is whether organizations will recognize and reward that. Here's a spoiler. Not automatically. You have to make them. 3. The conversation about gender equity has become louder. DEI commitments have been made publicly, but commitments and outcomes are not the same thing. And women are increasingly sophisticated about knowing the difference. 4. Women are launching businesses faster than ever. The entrepreneurship path has never been more accessible, which means the choice between climbing someone else's ladder and building your own has never been more real. These changes are not happening to you, they are happening around you. Your job, our job together in this series is to make sure you are positioned to benefit from every single one of them. So here's some real talk. What hasn't changed? Now, I want to be honest with you because you deserve honesty more than you deserve empty optimism. Some things have not changed, and pretending they have would be doing you and me a disservice. Women still earn approximately 20% less than men globally. In India, WAF's 2024 Global Gender Gap Index shows women earn approximately rupees 40 for every 100 men earn in income, one of the widest earned income gaps in the world. Women hold approximately 18 to 19% of board seats in India's listed companies, despite comprising nearly half the workforce. Women are promoted at lower rates at every level of the corporate pipeline. McKinsey's Women in the Workplace 2024 calls it the broken rung. For every 100 women promoted to manager, only 81 women are promoted at the same level. And microaggressions have not disappeared. They've become more subtle, more deniable, more exhausting to name. Mental health challenges among working women have not decreased, they've increased. particularly for women carrying both professional and caregiving loads without adequate support. I'm telling you this not to discourage you. The women who navigate these realities most successfully are the ones who have seen them clearly and build strategies around what is, not what should be. So, what this series covers is over the next few episodes, we are going to go deep on each of the forces shaping our working life right now. In episode 2, we're going to talk about the gender pay gap. Not just the statistics, but exactly what you can do to close it in your own career. What to research, what to say, how to negotiate without losing the relationship. In episode 3, I'm going to cover bias and microaggressions and how to recognize them, how to name them professionally, and how to protect your energy and your reputation at the same time. Very honestly, this particular episode comes from a conversation I had with some of senior women working in one in an IT firm, one working who's been in the both have both been in the industry for 20 years, who actually said to me that I have never faced any microaggressions. The problem I see is that it has not even, we have normalized it to the extent that we don't recognize it. That's the way I see it. All right. I could be wrong. In episode 4, Women in Leadership, what it actually takes to get to the table, stay at the table, and lead in a way that is authentically yours rather than a performance of what leadership is supposed to look like. In episode 5, Hybrid Work and how to make it work for your career rather than against it. I'm somebody who does hybrid, used to do hybrid. Now I work from home and I cannot begin to tell you how exhausting it gets. Because the data shows that women who are invisible in hybrid environments are being passed over. We are going to fix that, or at least try to. Episode 6 is about mental health and burnout because none of the above matters if you're running on empty. We're going to talk about this honestly, practically, and without making you feel like you need to be grateful just for surviving. Each episode will give you something you can use immediately, not inspiration that evaporates by Monday, strategy that sticks. So, why Infinite Shakti? I want to tell you why I built Infinite Shakti because I think it matters that you know where this comes from. I have watched brilliant women shrink themselves to fit into spaces that were built for someone else, including me. I have watched women apologize for their ambition, over explain their decisions, perform agreeableness so consistently that they eventually forgot they were performing, including me. And I have watched those same women when they were finally given the language, the frameworks, the permission, transform, including me. Not because we changed who we were, because we stopped apologizing for it. Shakti means power, not aggressive power, not power that takes from others, the kind of power that is already inside you, inside me, that has always been inside us, and simply needs a space in which to be expressed without apology. And that is what this community is. That is what this series is about. So, what do you do right now? Before the next episode, I want you to do one thing. Write down one area of your professional life where you feel like you're not getting what you deserve. One area where the gap between your contribution and your reward is the widest. Don't judge it, don't minimize it, just name it. Because we cannot close a gap we refuse to look at. Bring that with you into the next episode. We're going to start with money because money is how organizations communicate what they value. And you, my friend, deserve to be valued accurately. Thank you for being here. Seriously, the fact that you chose to spend whatever 10 minutes thinking about your career, your worth, your future, that already makes you different from most. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss episode 2. Share this with a woman in your life who needs to hear it. And leave me a comment and tell me which topic you're most looking forward to and why. And I'll see you in episode 2. Until then, stay powerful, stay infinite.